Hello viewers and welcome to OPAG News TV, your number one news channel, bringing you latest news around the globe. Our news highlights. At the Climate Forum, Elumelu meets with Biden and King Charles. Akeredolu writes Ondo Assembly extends medical leave. The last administration's corruption was at its worst, according to Kuka. Following an attempted mutiny, Putin met with the head of Wagner in Moscow. Now our news in details. At the Climate Finance Mobilization Forum in Windsor Castle, England on Monday, United Bank of Africa UBA Chairman Tony Elumelu met with King Charles III and President Joe Biden of the United States. Leading financiers and philanthropists gathered on Monday in Windsor for a climate event in order to recognize and support initiatives that boost support for underdeveloped and emerging economies in order to hasten a net zero resilient transition. Major business figures and benefactors attended the special event, which was held as part of Biden's visit to the United Kingdom and were hosted by Energy Security and Net Zero Secretary Grant Shapps and U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Climate, John Kerry. To put the world on pace to achieve net zero emissions by 2050, it is anticipated that by 2030, annual renewable energy investments in these nations must increase by more than 7 times to above $1 trillion. Our news again, Akeredolu writes the Ondo Assembly and requests a longer medical leave. The State House of Assembly has received a letter from Olorunwatemi Akeredolu, the governor of Ondo State, extending his absence for medical reasons. This notice was given to him after his doctors urged him to get enough rest after recovering. Olamide Oladeji, the Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly, who received the letter on behalf of other legislators, stated that Akeredolu's action was in accordance with Section 190 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria's Constitution as amended. The letter stated that Lucky Ayedatowa, Akeredolu's deputy, who served as governor until a formal pronouncement to the contrary is made. Akeredolu informed the House of his choice to go on medical leave in a letter dated June 5, 2023, and he was scheduled to return July 6, 2023. And in our news, according to Matthew Kuka, Bishop of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, Nigerians experienced the worst corruption during the previous administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. On Monday in Ado-Ekiti, the capital of Ekiti State, he made this statement during his keynote address at the 60th Call to Bar anniversary celebration of legal legend Arare Afe Balalawa. Although corruption did not begin with the previous regime, Bishop Kuka remarked that it was amplified in terms of morality, finances, and other factors. And finally, on our news, the Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin had a meeting with President Vladimir Putin, Kremlin announced on Monday, days after the mercenary force attempted to overthrow Russia's military leadership. On June 29, a few days after the brief uprising, there was a conference in the Kremlin. Dmitry Peskov, spokesperson for the Kremlin, said instead the president had such a meeting, adding that Prigozhin and 35 others had attended. In reference to the forward uprising, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov remarked that the president gave his assessment of the events of June 24. Putin, he claimed, listened to accounts from Wagner commanders as well. And thanks for tuning in on the news today, and do stand by for more news updates.